CFR chamber 25 hours after the fracture in time. So I think this is from...
My name is Paul Serene.
Their perspective. Yeah, see?
I founded Monarch Solutions 17 years ago with a very clear purpose. There are those who would question my actions. I'm recording this as a final statement of vindication, a testimony of how things came to be. I've always been devoted to my mission. Never deterred from my goal, no matter the sacrifice. Because I've seen where this leads.
2 hours after.
I've seen where it all ends.
We have a problem. No word from Jack Joyce's transport.
That's
He should
Hatch.
have arrived here by now. We may have a traitor on the inside.
Whoa.
You're due for your treatment. I'll find who's behind this.
Find Jack. That's our priority. Get your
treatment?
best man on it.
There's more. As you know, Jack's level of interference led to unexpected complications. Witnesses from the university were transported here. You need to take a look. We can't afford any further obstacles at this stage of the plan. Now, I see
Okay,
two
so we're
options.
actually
We can
controlling
use
Paul
force, remove any loose ends. But if those witnesses disappear,
The public will start asking questions, potentially turn on Monarch.
So, okay, let me just gather my thoughts here for a second. Am I correct in saying that he... So William made a comment saying that he was the first experiment, and he started Monarch Solutions 17 years ago. So, like, that version of him started up Monarch. I don't know if he was able to, like, travel back to start that experiment again with Jack, or us, I should say, to make all of this happen, or if there were two copies of him like we saw at the experiment, and the original copy just didn't know that he was created or something. I don't know. That's crazy.
Alternatively, I could mount a broad PR strategy, get the city on our side. But that leaves us with
The loose ends.
Precisely.
Mr. Serene?
The choice is yours, but keep in mind, the men will view your decision as a unified strategy moving forward.
And I think what we do in these junctions has an impact on, like the live action show stuff. There's the machine.
I suggest we deal with the issue at hand.
Oh,
Me and
this is
Burke
the
over there
RAM.
can explain the situation in more detail.
Okay, Hatch,
course.
thanks.
I want this delivered to my office.
What is it?
A reminder.
We had given, or we had stolen this with, I guess in this scenario, with Jack from a police department in Utah.
How long until the core is ready for transport?
It'll be en route to Monarch headquarters in less than an hour. Installation should be complete before the gala.
Good.
Okay, we've got a few things sitting around here, actually. Nothing inside.
The men are waiting for your input.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Jack would never understand the necessity of what I'd done. It wasn't the death William deserved, but his knowledge posed too great a risk to our plan.
So this is a dossier on William Joyce, who is now dead. Classification: project consultant for Project Promenade, witness to core heist operation. Objective: capture live if possible. Deliver to Paul Serene. Relevant background: estranged brother Jack Joyce, renowned physicist.
Shh, he's listening.
Yeah, I am listening. Proposed existence of Chronon Field at age 19. Invented first time machine prototype, developed countermeasure. Joined Project Promenade as consultant after death of Dr. Kim, who we read about earlier. History of exhibiting erratic behavior, undiagnosed but likely suffers from schizophreniform disorder. Highly intelligent, received warnings of fracture from unknown female source, assuming that was Beth. May have received knowledge of Chronon-related Monarch operations, will refuse to accept inevitability of end of time, may lead to unpredictable behavior. Briefing. Dr. Joyce will be present in the Time Machine lab during the onset of the fracture at 4:15 a.m. All exits are to be covered by Prowler team. Raider team will wait until 4:16 to breach the Time Machine room. William Joyce is to be apprehended upon entry. Things did not go as smoothly.
It was the first time I'd visited the Ground Zero operation in ages. The location I'd arrived in when I went 17 years back in time. The location where my fate was sealed 6 years ago.
Huh.
We had Jack in custody, but I was starting to witness visions from the future which made it clear that could change very soon.
Witness visions from the future. So about Jack, civilian witness of core heist operation, capture alive if possible, delivered to Paul Serene. Relevant background, known friend of Paul Serene before incident, parents deceased. Raised self in teen years as brother became distant. Criminal record in Massachusetts, grand theft auto, simple assault, attempt to rob or steal. Left Riverport in 2010, never returned until the incident. Received weapons training in Laos, light and heavy firearms, that explains a lot. Arrested for weapons-related charges in 2015, charges were dropped. Relevant qualities, history of violent behavior when pushed, lack of respect for authority figures, no knowledge of fracture or Monarch operations. Onset of fracture will render Jack Chronon-enabled. May possess low-level Chronon abilities. Okay. Briefing, Jack Joyce will be present in the Time Machine lab during the onset of the fracture at 4:15 a.m. All exits are to be covered by Prowler team. Raider team will wait until 4:16 to breach the Time Machine room. Approach Jack with caution. He will be Chronon enabled at this time. Chronon abilities predicted to not manifest until 2 hours after fracture onset. Apprehend immediately. And that is the fold in their plan, is we develop those Chronon abilities right away, like almost immediately, and develop them pretty rapidly. Afterwards, like additional ones. So that's why things did not go according to plan. Interesting how that would play out. And like the thought process with time travel is always, well, wouldn't they have known that? But because it's Chronon and that affected somebody differently, maybe that kind of caused like a warp in what he would have seen or something. I'm not sure. But that stuff will always be hard to kind of follow. Oh, is this the protester?
Sir.
Who is this?
Amy Ferrero. She's one of the witnesses.
We tried to save her on the
Waiting
way
your
out.
orders and how to proceed.
My powers grew stronger even as the Chronon syndrome worsened. I could choose a path
Chronon
that
syndrome.
would become the actual future. But it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind.
Uh-oh. Okay. The junction power reveals 2 potential futures. Your decision at each junction point will steer the stories of both the game and the live-action show. Choose wisely. Hold to show Hardline. Hold to show PR. Okay. Let's see Hardline.
Any potential threats to our plan need to be erased.
Wait!
He's gonna kill her.
Monarch would take a hardline approach. Crush all obstacles, eliminate all witnesses. It would be harsh. But I had made hard choices for the greater good before.
I dug through the area and I found everything I could on your bro. This is messed up, man. I trusted Monarch.
But the people of Riverport would turn against us. Our secrets would be safe, but the public would hate us, and Jack would gain new allies.
Monarch's got no authority to stop you, and you tell that to everybody on that bridge.
So, this is crazy because we have to, at least the way that I'm gonna do this, is I have to put myself in in Paul's shoes making these decisions and not think about how it might impact Jack's side, if that makes sense. The hardline thing is interesting, like it's the brutal approach, but it would make sure that there's no witnesses. The problem is everything that was just stated, where it gives them a cause to kind of rally around. It could actually be worse. Let's see what PR is like.
Initialize a PR campaign.
I want a statement.
And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
Monarch would take a PR-friendly approach and manipulate the public into siding with us. Our lies would give us control.
The manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce.
Hey, somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
We'd use the media to expose, then hunt for Jack.
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station.
But the eyewitnesses would be out there, and Jack would learn our secrets.
Yeah, but he would have less people on his side. So sure, he and her may reunite, but that's way better than the entire public coming after Monarch, when really they're going to be going after Jack. So I think we're going to try to take the PR approach and frame Jack as the villain, using her false testimony.
We can't risk any unwanted attention. Convince the witnesses not to talk. Keep eyes on them and send them home. Initialize a PR campaign. We need the city on our side.
Not this one. She's the head of the anti-monarch movement. I think we're looking at the new face of our campaign.
This is crazy.
Jack!
There's no other way out. Going through the machine.
Oh, wait, no!
Yeah, see,
Jack!
here we go.
This way! Jack!
This is going back to when we got separated right as the incident was happening.
I use my power to guide us, to decide how to best prepare for the inevitable end of time. That gives the chosen few a chance to survive. I've seen the end of time.
What? 72% of the community agreed with your choice. You've chosen to take the PR approach. That's interesting that it's going to give us, like, immediate feedback. Now, what's this? This must be